Hi, America. It's time to talk. Today we're going to talk about statistics. Now, I know a lot of people balk at statistics, but as scientists and researchers, we rely heavily upon statistics. In fact, all of the modern conveniences you take for granted that science has given you would not have been possible if statistics were not relevant tools in decision-making processes. That being said, this video needs a preface. The United States government is the main source of research funding in this country, and this source of funding has allowed America to become the world power that it is today. For some reason, though, Republicans in the House and the Senate have blocked federal funding from being allocated to gun violence research, even with groups like the American Medical Association and the American Public Health Association calling gun violence a public health crisis. Now, this lack of funding leads to a lack of reliable sources, and groups like the NRA spend millions every year flooding the internet with misinformation campaigns. I did find a couple of reliable sources, though, and I'd like to share these shocking statistics with you. To those of you that say this is not a gun violence issue, rather this is a terrorism issue, according to PolitiFact, in the 10 years spanning 2005 to 2015, 71 people died from terrorism. 301,797 people were killed as a result of gun violence in this same time frame. That's a 425,000% difference. To those of you that say gun laws aren't going to stop criminals from getting guns, so we shouldn't pass any more gun laws, according to the FBI, only 10% of stolen firearms are recovered. That means a large number of firearms that are procured by criminals come from law-abiding citizens. For those of you that say a vast majority of Americans are responsible gun owners, explain to me how on average a toddler shot someone once a week in 2015 while playing with a gun that was not properly stored, according to the Washington Post. For those of you that say we don't have a gun problem in America, explain to me why the Huffington Post reports that Austin, Texas is the only city with over 400,000 people that hasn't experienced a mass shooting since 2013. Lastly, I want to leave you with these statistics from the Gun Violence Archive. In 2014, there were 1,591 instances of guns being used for self-defense out of a total of 51,818 instances. In 2015, that number was 1,295 out of 53,281 instances. So far in 2016, there have been 733 instances of self-defense out of 23,962 incidents. That's on average 3%. 3% of instances involving a gun since 2014 have been used for self-defense. Now let's look at the casualties during these same years. 2014, 35,613 out of 51,818 instances, or 69%. In 2015, 40,438 out of 53,281 instances, or 76%. 2016, 18,704 out of 23,962 instances, or 78%. So, unless each person using their gun for defense was defending themselves from, let's say, 25 assailants, the argument that we need the current laws to ensure that law-abiding citizens can protect themselves is completely fallacious. Please, sign the petition, share this post, like this post, comment this post. The more people that follow these steps, the more relevant Facebook's algorithm deems these posts, and they appear more frequently in other people's feeds. We have to get the word out. We have to have this conversation. It's time to talk.